Latroy's View here, coming at you with the latest issue of The Walking Dead 169, Lines We Cross. We start off with Carl at Andrea's grave. Later, comes up to comfort him, and Carl starts to tell her about a situation that happened back when he was younger. The two boys, the twins that Andrew had adopted, her and Dale. They was discussing after Ben had killed his brother Billy. He didn't, he didn't understand how the world was because he was so young, younger than Carl, and Andrew got mad at them for even suggesting that the little boy needed to be killed. So Carl took it upon himself, and he didn't tell Andrew it's after a while, during this time skip. So we get that reveal that Carl told her, and it was hitting him pretty hard. And at the end, we see on the grave it said Andrea Grimes. So during the time skip, we also see that Andrea and Rick did get married. Then we get Rick. People paying Rick respects. Maggie comes to talk to Rick about Negan being there. Of course, she'll be mad about him being free, and Rick's trying to let her know what's the difference between what he did and what Negan did, because Rick does understand that him and Negan are similar, even though Negan didn't kill a lot, it's hitting her hard because it was Glenn, her husband. But Maggie got something planned for Negan, so we'll see how that goes. We get Eugene back on the radio. Get a knock at the door. It's Siddiq and Rick. Rick wants to talk to Stephanie over the radio. They talk for a while. They come to terms with them meeting up. Rick's gonna send a group out. They're not gonna be a threat because there's only going to be a few people, and the people can scope them out. Stephanie's group can scope Rick's people out and decide whether they want to come confront them or not. So that was showing a lot of trust on Rick's part, but he was planning on sending Jesus after him, but we'll get to that later. Eugene's telling him how he doesn't even trust him that much, but Rick got a plan. Dwight is still bitter over the death of Sherry. I don't know why. Even though Sherry was the greatest character, she's gone. Got to get over it, Dwight. Carl's talking to Maggie, telling him that he's gonna go back to the hilltop, help him build, and Maggie's like, "You don't need to be here with your dad." And Carl's like, "I got to get away from him because Andrea just died." Finally get Jesus, my favorite character. Good news and bad news. He's going to be safe because he's staying back from the group, from the scouting little thing to go meet up with Stephanie's group. But the bad news is that means we're not going to get Jesus. And we get confirmation that Jesus is with Aaron. They're together now, so Rick can't send Jesus out or Aaron. So I guess they're going to need a new scouter. Or this is going to actually mess up Rick's plans altogether, but we'll see. Rick finally goes to talk to Dwight. Dwight is just done listening to Rick. He's like telling him, "Nah, I'm not going on your little mission. I'm done taking orders from you." He's basically telling him that he don't even believe everything that Rick said because dead women don't talk. But Rick's still trying to say that he defended himself. Dwight kind of threats him because he's like, "I could have been talking to you with a gun up your head," but Rick is not taking it. He's like, "I got all this stuff going on. I don't need this drama right now." And he basically tells him, "You come at me, I got both my eyes looking at you. I'm getting my weight up. I'm be ready for you, Dwight." While Rick's at Andrea's grave, Michonne shows up and lets him know that she's there for him. Of course, they're best friends, and she's gonna go on this little mission for him. Rick doesn't really want her to go, but you can't stop Michonne. Michonne does what Michonne wants. Carl comes to tell Rick that he's leaving, going to the hilltop. Carl's grown, so Rick understands he got to make his own decision. Negan's gathering supplies. Dwight's just ready for him to go. He's still mad and salty at the conversation he had with Rick. And Negan's like, Man, y'all don't give me no kind of farewell. um, Maggie's telling them that they can leave the gate, that the wife can leave the gate open because all of them are ready to roll to go build the hilltop back up. But I'm wondering if that's when Beta's gonna come back. I don't know. We'll see. Um, we see Michelle and them group leaving at the same time. Magna, telling Connie and them that they happy that they finally together. Connie and the and Kelly, I think. Um, and Dante is actually going to go on a scouting mission to look after Negan. Dante, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Dante. But that was it for the review of this. If I had any out of the box predictions, I will say that um, Siddiq is not going to make it back from this trip. I feel like one of them got to go. Not all of them are going to make it back. So I have to pick one of them. We'll get some reveals. And I heard that Siddiq actually might be the baby father, was the baby father to Rosita's baby. I don't know how true that is. But that would actually be pretty cool. And it does make sense since he's going on the trip with Eugene. Um, but we'll see what happens later on. That was my view on this issue.